Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the first tutorial in this series of tutorials on Python, the programming language. And in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about the language and we're going to see how we can download and install Python on Windows and set up the Python environment to start programming. So I'm sure before you guys learn how to program in Python, you want to know why Python is as popular as it is, and you're probably looking for reasons to learn the language. So we're going to discuss some of the most important features of the language, right? The first one is that Python is a beginner's language and it is really fun to work with, right? So if you haven't experimented with any programming language before, and if programming has always interested you but you haven't checked out any language like C or PHP or Java or C++ or any other language, then you should start with Python because you'll pick it up really quickly, and as I said, it's fun to work with. So you're going to have a great time learning the language, and I can guarantee you that. And the second important feature of Python is that it is interactive. So whereas in other languages you have to build programs to test code, in Python you can simply fire commands to the Python interpreter at the command prompt and your code will be processed at runtime itself. And Python is also object oriented, so you can easily wrap functionality around objects and create complicated apps really conveniently. And Python is also portable, so you can run it on numerous platforms. You can run it on Windows, on Linux, on Unix or Mac. You can do the same things that you do on Windows, you can do the exact same things on all the other platforms. So now let's check out how we can download and install the Python interpreter. So I want you guys to access your web browser, and I'm using Google Chrome, and just make a search for Python download, right? That's what I want you guys to search for, and just follow the first link that appears on the screen and you'll be directed to the Python download page. And on this page you'll see a lot of files for a lot of different platforms. So if you are a Windows user, then you can download the Windows version. If you are a Mac user, then you can download the Mac user, depending on your system architecture, of course. If you've got a 64-bit platform, then you'll have to download the appropriate setup. And you can see that we have Python 3.3 setups, and we also have the Python 2.7 .6 set of files, and we do not want to download these because obviously Python 3.3.3 is the latest version of the programming language, and this is what we'll be learning in this course. And the Python 3.x is very different from Python 2.x series, and it's syntactically different, and there are like some logical differences in the languages too. And the reason why there is still support for Python 2.x series is that there are a lot of guys who still have their websites running on Python 2.x, and there are a lot of software applications that have been built in 2.x series, and you can't just abandon those guys, right? So that's why the Python 2.x setups are also still available, and if you want, you can download these two and maybe have a reference book and see what are the differences between the two languages. But I don't think that's a good idea, because this is the way of the future. So definitely it's worth learning the Python 3.3 language and not the Python 2.7 language, right? So just select the file that's most appropriate for you, and when you click on it, the download starts automatically. And I'm not going to download it because I already have the setup file, so I'll cancel the download. And the setup file looks like this. I saved it on my desktop, and you need to double click on it and then give it the permission to run, and then you have to click on next for this option. And if you want to just install for yourself and not other users, then you can select this radio button. But then I'm just going to install it for all users, and then it asks you where you want to save all the files. So I want to save in my computer's C directory, so I won't make any changes here either. And this is a place where I want you guys to make one change, and I would suggest this to you. I would strongly recommend if you add the Python.exe path to your environment variable path, right? So the reason for this we'll see in the next tutorial, and you just do this, okay? Because if you don't do this, then you would have to explicitly copy the path of the Python interpreter and paste it in the path environment variable, and that's actually a lot of work, so you don't want to do that. So just click on this and then click on next, and this might take some time, like a couple of minutes. So once the installation finishes, you just have to click on the finish button. And one more thing that I'm going to suggest you guys to do is that you can make a copy of the Python GUI application or the Python command line on your desktop or your taskbar, right? Because we're going to access those applications quite a lot in this course. So it makes sense to have their links on the desktop so that we can access them frequently and conveniently. So I'm going to go to start and then type in Python IDLE, and this is what it is, and I'm going to right click on it and then just click on pin to taskbar so that I have this icon right here, right? So thank you for watching this tutorial. In the next tutorial we're going to start programming in Python, and we're going to check out lots of features of the language in this course, and it's going to be a comprehensive course, but I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible for you guys so that we all just have fun learning the language together, right? So see you in the next one, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and take